In this video, I'm doing a review of the Emily Ley Simplified Planner. This one is the daily edition. I've also done a review of the weekly edition. If you wanted to have a look at that one, I'll include the link down below. So this one has a wire binding coil. The other one was hardcover. I personally prefer the wire binding, this style, even though it is more like chunky. It will lay flat, so when you open it, the pages won't like close on their own like they will with the sewn binding. So if you have the option, I would go with the coil. It is quite chunky because you do have that page per day. I'd say it's about 1.25 inches thick, and because of that, it is really heavy. Like, I would not be taking this with me at all. I think this is definitely the kind of planner that you leave at home on your desk and you don't take it with you. It's very, very heavy. I think that Emily Ley should maybe consider splitting her daily planners into 2 6-monthly, because I did do a review of the Dapper Desk as well, and it was super thick too. So I'll have that link to that review down below. I just don't think it's practical to have such a chunky planner. I'd prefer 2 6-monthly, and then you can just take it with you. Now, this cover, it was not my first choice. I do like pineapple, but I'm not really into the hand-drawn illustration look. However, most of the other covers were sold out. So if you do really want a specific cover, so for me it's the rainbow stripe, love that rainbow stripe cover that she has, that does sell out quite quickly. So if you want it, I think you need to get it when they're first released, because they do go sell out, especially once they go on sale. So the page size for this one, it's a bit bigger than the weekly hardcover that I got from Emily Ley. This one is 7 inches wide by about 9.5 inches high, so I'd call that medium page size. And there doesn't seem to be a smaller page size for the daily, it's just this one size. In the front here we have a small pocket folder, which is the same as the hardcover for the weekly from Emily Ley. You can only fit a couple of sticker sheets in there, and this time, instead of having the sticker sheets loose, they've actually bound them in, which I think is a much better option, because then at least you know where it is, like it's stuck in there. These stickers are very similar to the little sticker book that I also got in my haul. I'll have that linked down below. I did it with the weekly review video. A mix of functional and decorative stickers. Love the rainbow. It's on bright white sticker paper. And then we go into the planner. So the colors are the same as the weekly, with the nice navy and teal and green and all of those colors. The tabs in this one are different. So in the hardbound, in the weekly, I am going to be making a few comparisons, just point a few things out. This one, the tabs are like stuck to the page. They're not part of the page. So they're not going to be as sturdy as the hardcover version, but at least you get tabs, and they will be protected by this hardcover, because as you can see, they don't stick out beyond the cover. They're like tucked away in there. So let's have a look. The front, we've got a This Belongs To page. Then we have these same sort of simplify tips that she includes in the weekly. And then we have the dates at a glance and the holidays list. It's a USA based company, so the holidays are American. Same pages as the weekly, with planning for a new year and the routines pages. The line spacing is quite small. I think that's only about 5 mil. I will measure and double check that and include that in the blog post. So 5 mil is a lot smaller than most planners. They'll usually have about 6 or 7 mil line spacing, and I noticed it has increased on this bucket list page. So I'm not sure why it's not consistent throughout. The main point of difference, I would say, is this Simplicity Challenge page. So she's got a whole bunch of tips on like cleaning things and just tasks that people would normally forget to do throughout the year, like purging your handbag. So I do really like that they include this list for you, and then it's like a prompter. Oh yeah, I need to add that to like my monthly calendar. I need to add that to my weekly spread. So I do really like that they include that page. Then we have some lined notes pages. And then we go into the first month. So I opted for the calendar year, but you can also get academic year if you want to. Those US holidays are printed again on the monthly spread, same as what appeared in that little annual overview calendar. The colors, this one, I don't know if you can see it on camera, it's actually navy blue, not just black, which I quite like that touch. It'll be more obvious on the other calendars. At the top here, you get a simplicity tip. Nice little extra, probably wouldn't really need it. I might just cover that up with the sticky note, and you get a little mini dates at a glance calendars for the previous month and the next month as well. And I just want to show you the other colors for the months. So I love this teal, looks really nice. And then the green, the yellow, which is not like a yucky yellow, it's more of a gold, so you can actually see it. So I like those colors. We've got the pink, and then the hot pink. Really love that hot pink. And then we're back to the navy blue. Now, I do just want to show you, unfortunately, there is split boxes, and that appears in all of Emily Ley's planners, regardless of whether it's a daily or a weekly. They have the same monthly layout, so I'm not a fan of that at all. I would definitely be getting some white out, get rid of that diagonal line, and just restart the dates on the top row. I think that would make much more sense, and then you get a full box to plan each day rather than trying to cram things into a weird half triangle shape, which I just don't think that's practical at all. So after the monthly, we then go into the daily pages. Now, as you can see straight away, when it is a Saturday or a Sunday, unfortunately, it does not have a full page per day. It splits the page into two. For some people, they might prefer that. For me personally, I prefer to have a whole page for Saturday and Sunday because I'm working during the week and then I have more time to do my own stuff on the weekend. So just keep that in mind. That might be a deal breaker for you, might not be. Just pointing that out. There is no schedule on the weekend days. There is on the weekday days though, which I'll show you in a sec. The other thing, they pre-print a couple of these Sunday prep tasks. So they are the same little Sunday prep tasks that they include on their weekly planner as well. And they like pre-print them and build them into that section on the weekly spread too, which I don't particularly like. I want to put my own things in the planner. I don't want things to be pre-printed in there. So I would be whiting those out and then adding extra lines and then, you know, make it your own tasks in there. Then let's go to the actual full pages per day. So we've got the schedule starting at 6 a.m. and then ending at 9 p.m. and that is the same as the Emily Ley Dapper Desk Daily Edition as well. So this layout is the same, you just get more color in this one, so I much prefer it. Love this little subtle bit of color they've added for each day. Got it for the blue. Show you the other colors. Got the green, some nice pinks, and the yellow. Now when a month ends, probably already saw it at the front here. When a month ends like midweek, there's no duplication of pages. So in some planners like Plum Paper, they'll reprint the pages so you would see like half of August if that's when the month ended in with August, and then you would see it again on September. They would repeat it. This one, it doesn't repeat it, it will just continue on. So behind the August tab, you've got the end of that week, Friday, July 31st, so you can keep all your week together, which I think is a much more logical layout. So the same pages repeated throughout, and as you can see, we're not anywhere near the middle of the book, of the planner, and the pages are laying flat, thanks to the binding. Definitely approve. It is quite chunky though, so if you are trying to write something on this box, for example, I think you might have difficulty unless you turn the pages back on themselves like that, and then you'll have more of a smooth writing spot, writing space. But I think it's certain pages in the planner that will annoy a few people because the coil is quite chunky. We keep going towards the back of the planner. Keep going. There's usually some notes pages. This one, because it's day to a page, doesn't look like, no, there is none. And there's no pocket folder fixed to the back cover either, you just get that little one at the front. So keep in mind, no notes pages at the back, and there is no notes pages with the months either. It just goes straight from the day to the month to the next week with the daily spreads. So because it is day to a page, you might not need those extra pages, but I like to have them just for like project planning and just like a master to-do list. So I don't think those couple of notes pages that were at the front, I don't know if you remember those, there was a couple of line notes pages. I don't think they would be enough, personally for me. What do you get? You get about 4, 6, about 4 of them. So keep that in mind. You might want to use this with another notebook as like a companion to do your detailed project planning. Just something to consider. So I hope you found this review helpful. I will have those links down below to my other reviews of the Emily Ley Planner, like the weekly and the Dapper Desk, and then also the little sticker book if you're deciding whether to add that or not. Do I think this planner is worth it? I personally don't use a daily planner, so I feel like my opinion is a bit biased. I personally don't think so. I think it's not terribly practical with this giant coil if you wanted to take it with you, and it is quite an expensive planner. I do love the colors, obviously huge fan of the rainbow. But I just think from practicality perspective and just the fact that there's no like monthly planning or monthly notes pages, I don't think it would really work for me. The weekly planner, I do really like that one. But again, it's quite expensive. And I actually would recommend, if you like Emily Ley but you don't want to pay as much, I would go for the Emily Ley / At a Glance collaboration planners. So I'll include a link down below to the review that I did of that one. And I think that's a better option. because the paper quality is similar. The price is a lot lower, but the colors are the same as well. They've got those same rainbow colors. So if you're deciding if it's worth splurging for an Emily Ley, I personally don't think so. I would go for the At a Glance collab planners that they did with Emily Ley, which have the same colors. So I hope you found this review helpful. I will have those links down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I usually do a couple of review videos each week.